Have you ever put in a ridiculous amount of time into a project, constantly polishing it, going back to it and saying, hey, I could do this here, I could add this there, perpetuating this thought that it's still not ready yet, that it has to be perfect? Or even better, you showcase the work and a couple of months down the line, you review it again and you ask yourself, what the f was I thinking? Welcome to Next Level Where. My name is John, and today we're going to be talking about why you'll always lose with the mindset of perfectionism. Basically, why perfection is a constant and totally unattainable illusion. Whether it's preventing you from launching a business, being creative, my goal with this video is to help bring awareness into your life as to where you're actually doing this, and the negative impact that this is having on your mental health, personal growth, and success in life. So let's start off with why perfection is impossible. You see, perfection is like this moving target. It changes as you change. And while you may not think that you're different 1 or 2 months from now, your concept of what perfection is may very well be. When I'm creating a video, for example, and I'm in the editing process, and I'm getting now to hour number 20, maybe hour number 30, and I keep reviewing it, and I'm looking at, hey, how can I make this better? Oh, cool. Yeah, I want to bring in this image here. I want to bring in this sound effect. You know what? Let's tweak this part over here. At the end, I may be quite happy with the video, right? My concept of perfect. But the funny thing is that sometimes even a week later, definitely a month later, if I rewatch that video, I can see all of these other points that I couldn't see in that moment of things that I would change, where I'm questioning, why the f did I actually put that in there? Did I really say that? Why did I think that that was okay to say? And so the point that I'm illustrating here is that you are a human being. You're constantly changing and evolving whether you think it or not. So your concept of perfect is literally just an imaginary thing that you're holding in your mind in the present. And that's gonna be different a month from now. It's definitely gonna be different 6 months from now, not to mention 1 or 2 years later. Again, when I look back at the first couple videos I created, I'm usually in kind of a cringe-worthy state when I'm looking at that stuff. But, you know, I can only have compassion for my former self in that. So whether you realize this or not, these different layers of how we perceive perfection to be or attaining some level of perfection can be really dangerous. Not only does it absolutely kill creativity, but this mindset can actually become one of thinking, what's the point in even trying? Not only does this impact your confidence levels because you're not seeking to try new things, but you can become completely paralyzed in this fear of failure from even preventing to try. All because of these stories that you create in your own mind, that we create in our own mind, where we're concerned or worried about the feedback we're gonna get on a certain thing, how someone's gonna think about it. A lot of people really don't realize this, but failure paves the way to success. Failure is literally the way that we learn. You can either frame it as, I'm afraid to fail because this is the result, or I'm excited to fail even though it's uncomfortable because I'm gonna learn this, this, and this is what's gonna help me improve what I'm doing, improve these various areas of my life. The point I'm getting at here is that failure is only failure if you don't learn from it. And if this is making sense to you, then make sure to hit the like button below. Ultimately, if this concept of perfection is ever hindering you in any way, then this will literally rob you of joy. You'll be stuck in this illusion that most of the world's in, where happiness lies at some point in the future instead of generating it in the present. For this reason, perfection is the enemy of joy. Because if you feel that your work or some part of you is never good enough, and you're so wrapped up worrying about a future of negative possibilities, then you're stuck in a loop, a never-ending spiral that's not going to improve your life. And one thing that this has a lot to do with is actually the way that we speak to ourselves, whether we're doing it out loud or in our mind. And I believe that at the root of this is altering our self-talk. In particular, shifting our negative self-talk into that of a more supportive and encouraging one. Creating your own ongoing support mechanism that comes through effortlessly instead of being in a place where you're constantly criticizing yourself, constantly worrying and thinking of everything bad that could happen, instead of supporting yourself and saying, hey, like, it's gonna be challenging, but we're gonna make it through this. And this is exactly what we're gonna run through in the next video here. So if the way that you tend to speak to yourself, again, whether out loud or in your mind, represents something that you would never accept from an external human being in a friendship, then you'll want to make sure to check out that video. And if this video helped you out, then make sure to drop it a like, subscribe for more content on becoming your next level self, and I'll see you in the next one, warriors.